There's currently over 950,000 Filipino immigrants living here in Canada. But have you ever wondered who was the very first documented Filipino who migrated here? To know that answer, we'll have to go all the way back to the year 1861 in a place called Bowen Island in British Columbia. Meet Benson Flores, the very first Filipino on record to have immigrated to Canada. Now, who's Benson Flores? What was his occupation? How did he live his life? And how did he even got to Canada from the Philippines? Join me in exploring this captivating story of the Filipino who paved the way for the rest of us. To understand his story, we need to understand what it was like during this time in Vancouver, Canada. Bowen Island is an island municipality that is part of Metro Vancouver. In those years, Vancouver's economy was highly dependent on logging, mining, agriculture, and fishing. This, together with the gold rush in the Caribou Mountains to the northeast and the booming fur trade industry, attracted thousands of different migrants from different parts of Canada and the world, including the Philippines. It was believed that in the mid-1800s, Canada's earliest documented Filipinos were seafarers who traveled to the west coast of Canada, and this was believed to have brought Benson Flores and other Filipinos to arrive in Vancouver and eventually settled in Bowen Island. But how did Benson, or Ben as he was also known, live, and what was his sources of income? Flores built his homestead inland, close to Trout Lake, now Grafton Lake. Records show that on 7 of April 1892, Flores and fellow Filipino William Matilda claimed District Lot 1426 on Bowen Island. The lot consisted of more than 60 acres of landlocked property south of Mount Gardner. Flores' lot was near the land owned by Joseph Mannion, a prominent pioneer of Granville. His main sources of income were beachcombing, fishing, and trapping. At the time, Bowen Island was increasing in popularity as a tourist destination, and Benson was believed to have taken this opportunity to operate the first boat rental. According to the Bowen Island Historians Group, his business was the first boat rental operation in Snug Cove, years before steamer ships conveyed tourists to the island. For much of his lifetime, he remained on the island. He lived closely with the family of steam engineer Jacob Dorman. Flores was described by George Dorman as his greatest friend and was referred to as Old Ben. In 1909, Flores became a naturalized Canadian. On accounts of his friends, Ben had a passion for singing and playing the concertina during his spare time. He was a giving man who often shared his catch with neighbors and visitors, creating a sense of community on the island. Despite the challenges of being a Filipino immigrant in a foreign land, Benson Flores found ways to not only survive but thrive. As we delve deeper into Benson's life, we discover a man of resilience and determination. He was believed to have lived by himself but not isolated, as he developed deep friendship with some of his neighbors. His love for music, friendship, and entrepreneurial spirit are distinct Filipino traits that are ingrained in our culture. Old Ben, as he was called during the later part of his life, passed away on April 11, 1929 in Vancouver. Although he did not have a lot to leave behind on his estate, he did pave the way for more Filipino immigrants to come to Canada. Benson Flores' journey is a reminder that each immigrant brings a unique story, and their contributions shape the cultural mosaic of Canada. As we reflect on his life, let us be inspired by the resilience, generosity, and passion that fueled his endeavors. Benson's legacy lives on through the vibrant Filipino community that has flourished in Canada. If you enjoyed learning about Benson Flores and want to explore more stories of immigrants who have shaped Canada's history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Your support keeps these stories alive, and it's a small way to pay homage to those who paved the way for us. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history. Until next time, my friends.